Hello ladies and gentlemen in Europe. Today's video is getting up late, so apologies for that, but today we got two things to go over. One, the new PlayStation news, and two, the gaming pickups for today. I do want to start showing off the things I get from my collection, as I stated earlier, but with that being said, let's get straight into it. So, first things first, our beloved Jak and Daxter. Still no new game, but what is cool is Jak and Daxter has a city called Haven City. PlayStation has a new studio. PlayStation named that studio after Haven City. It's called Haven Studio. Haven Studio is going to be making a brand new IP. It has nothing to do with Jak and Daxter other than the name, but I thought that was really cool. Just the fact that they're acknowledging Jak and Daxter means a lot. Maybe at this rate, 2033, Jak and Daxter remake, it might happen. 2033, I'm eyeing it, I'm calling it now. So with that being said, that's all the PlayStation news actually. So let's get into the pickups. So we're going to be going from like the least exciting to the more exciting pickups. So first things first, I got Wolfenstein on the PlayStation 4. I have 2 and Youngblood, but I didn't have this. I have this on the Xbox One, but I want to go for a complete PlayStation 4 collection. Last gen, or 2 gens ago, I went for a complete Xbox 360 collection. So this generation, it's only great to go full PlayStation 4. Gotta keep it equal, you know what I mean? Next things up, I got all this stuff from a retro gaming store, by the way. Game Exchange, by the way. See if it's in your area. Really great prices, really nice. I also got some 4K Blu-rays. Now that, I've been like this for a little while because I've had the Xbox One X since it came out. So I've been on 4K Blu-ray ever since then. But now that 4K Blu-ray is also on the PlayStation 5 and everything else, everybody needs to be on 4K Blu-ray. Unless you didn't get the PlayStation 5 Pro, then of course you don't have a disc drive, so why did you do that? So with that being said, I got Mulan. Mulan, I really like the animation of Mulan, but I've never watched the live action because Disney wanted you to pay. But it's the 4K version, really nice condition for a retro store, which is very unusual. So I am very excited to watch that. I also got Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is brand new. I wasn't gonna get it initially. I had no interest in watching it, but then I realized I like Monster Hunter. Why am I not going to watch the movie just because everyone else says it's bad? I don't want to be on bandwagons anymore with this stuff. I also got Detective Pikachu. Now, Detective Pikachu is an odd movie for me because I've never watched it. As much as I like Nintendo and everything Nintendo, I have never watched this before. I have the game on Nintendo DS and I enjoyed it, but I've never watched the movie, and supposedly there's going to be a sequel, so I'm watching the movie now. So that's pretty cool. Next things up, we're going to look at PlayStation 1 pickups. PlayStation 1 pickups. So the first thing I picked up was 007, The World Is Not Enough. Now, if you have been around in gaming for even like 20 minutes, up until like the year 2014, if you wanted a good first-person shooter, your only option was to go back to the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, or Nintendo 64 to play the 007 games. Any other way, you just couldn't do it. It was impossible. So this one is actually really cool. So it's based off The World Is Not Enough, of course, but the cool part about it is it just looks so clean, and it's like, I don't know, that type of game style, graphic style, I just end up feeling nostalgic for it, which is weird because I haven't played these games before. I'm nostalgic for something I've never played. This one here, I got just because I saw it and I was like, whoa, I've never seen that before. And it's called Star Wars Demolition. I know absolutely nothing about it. As far as I know just from reading the back of it, it's a Twisted Metal style racing game. I'll show you. It looks like it's really fun. It might not be really fun, but I guess there's only one way to find out. And I mean, for $10, and it's a Star Wars game, and Star Wars is going up, and it's complete, which is really probably the best part. Star Wars games are getting more expensive, and PlayStation 1 games, because all of us who grew up with the PlayStation 1 are now old enough to actually have money to buy stuff, so prices are going up. I've also decided that I want to go for a complete PlayStation 2 collection. Now, I'm probably not going to finish that till 2030, 2035, something like that, but I decided to pick up some games I have. Of course, back there you can see it a little bit. I don't have all the games I had when I was a kid. I had probably over 100, but I sold a ton of them to get an Xbox when that came out. Not the original Xbox, but because it's so many over there. Most of my games are actually in my closet or over here in storage. It really sucks not having enough room to display them. I'm not even having enough room to display any of this stuff, so that kind of sucks too. But first things first, this is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. So the thing about Ghost Recon used to be good. Now it's kind of trash because it went to the live service game. But this one's my favorite. I had it on the original Xbox. The entire premise of the game is it's basically a SOCOM ripoff, but SOCOM is really cool. You go through the game, you have to kill like 20-30 people in a level, you direct your squad to do what you want them to, and you know, you just kind of survive. Survival is the best part. But what's cool about retro stores is they're always complete. Like, they won't take in a game if it's not complete. And that's something I am really thankful for from my local retro stores. Next up, so I really like Splashdown Rides Gone Wild. I don't have my original anymore, but I did find this game while I was there. It's called Wave Rally. It's basically Splashdown Rides Gone Wild, but with more realistic, you know, gameplay, which is really, really cool. So I'm really excited to play that. By the way, I was going to buy a PlayStation 2 today because I don't actually have a PlayStation 2 anymore. They didn't have any. So now I'm going to have to hunt one down on eBay, which really sucks. So I'm probably just going to get a backwards compatible PlayStation 3. I mean, it's like $100 more, but at this point, who cares? I got this too. Can't have Ghost Recon 1 without Ghost Recon 2. I am not really sure which one I like better. I really got this version because it has a story, you know, and that story, what the hell happened to the back of the box? Like, I did not even notice this when I first got it till I got home, and that's really lame. That sucks, but you know, it's not a big deal. I mean, there's a bullet hole there. It makes it more Ghost Recon like. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Also complete, by the way. I also got the first one. Splinter Cell just recently relaunched on the Epic Games Store, which is cool. But, I mean, why would you play games like that when there's a console version? Like, seriously, why? Like, if I really want to, I can just buy a disc drive and put it on my PC, and bam, PlayStation 2 perfect right then and there. And if I can't find a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 3 cheap enough, that's probably what I'm gonna do. And now, time to get into the pickups, the more interesting parts of the pickup. And so as you guys know, I'm going for a full Xbox 360 collection. I have a bit more games to go, but I was able to find some of them that I didn't have, and one that I didn't know existed. Fear Files. And so this was like a DLC to Fear 1, 2, or 3, I don't remember which one it was, but it was DLC. I thought for the longest time it was digital only. I didn't know it had a physical release. So the fact that I was able to find this was just a surprise. I had no idea. So I'm actually really happy about that. I'm really happy about that. Just so you can see the back. If you've never played Fear, it's basically like a survival horror first-person shooter. I don't know about this one because I never really paid attention to DLC for games back then. So it'll be like a brand new thing for me. This one, keeping in the vein of, you know, ghosts and UFOs like Fear was, this is XCOM Declassified, the Bureau, or the Bureau XCOM Declassified. See, it's cool because it was $10, as you see there, for a special edition of the game, which is even cooler. So the only reason I was really interested in this game is because I heard it was a lot like Mario Rabbids. So I was like, hey, that sounds worth it, let's get it. But I really liked Mario Rabbids. That one I'm not too sure about. Next thing is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas. Rainbow Six was also a game series that used to be good. Now it's just for neckbeards who can't, like, you know, play with himself correctly. So this is really cool. It was a New Vegas shooter style game. Well, of course it's a New Vegas because that's what it was. But it was set in Las Vegas. And it was a shooter, basically like a mission going on, and you gotta like protect Las Vegas and save it from the terrorists, which is really, really cool. I also got the sequel back in the day, but my PlayStation 3 doesn't read disc anymore. It reads PlayStation 1, but not 3, which doesn't make much sense, but it is what it is. This is the limited edition of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2. This one's actually really cool. It has a strategy video, it has pro gamer interviews, which are weird, but that's what it says on the back of the box. It has MLG Insider video, and it has a sneak peek on Tom Clancy's Indwar, which at the time was going to be a really big deal. But as we all know, Tom Clancy's Indwar basically ended up sucking. And this one I got because it was just in such a nice condition, and it's Tomb Raider Legend. Tomb Raider Legend is my favorite Tomb Raider game. I wish so bad that they would get a remaster. I love the new ones, but Tomb Raider Legend, there's just something about it. I don't know what it is. I'll be forever nostalgic about it. I'll be like 80 years old and I'll still be nostalgic over this game. I had it on PlayStation 2, I believe GameCube, original Xbox, PC, and now the Xbox 360 version. So, go figure. My favorite Tomb Raider, I got it on multiple ways. This game I didn't know existed. It's Fusion Frenzy 2. I knew there was a first one. I always assumed that Fusion Frenzy 2 was on the original Xbox, not this. And at first I saw this like, wait a minute, there's no way that's like the actual case. It's probably just like a, this plays on it, whatever. So I got in my little book that I have all the games I have on 360 marked in. And apparently, this was an actual game. It's really cool. If you ever played Mario Party, you know there's a lot of people who try to copy that, but nobody was able to successfully do it except for Fusion Frenzy and Microsoft. So that was really cool, and I'm really, really glad that I was able to get that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is today's pickups. I don't know when the next pickups video is going to be. It might just be whenever I find the PlayStation 2. I'm not sure. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more pickup videos, I guess I'll know by how many views and likes this gets. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Try not to die, and I'll see you in the next video.